Hey, in today's 5-minute drill, I want to talk about automating email sequence follow-ups. Fancy words for when somebody signs up at your site just to subscribe for your email to your newsletter, or somebody buys a product. What do you do in the first 3 to 7 days to get them to remember you? Because if you don't do anything, you're losing customers, guaranteed. And I'm going to show you a case study of how we did it for one of our clients. Now, the key is automating email follow-up and remembering the very first 3 days is critical. Their brain actually forgets about you after 3 days, scientifically. Bank on it. So the first email auto-response, which is what most people do, and then they don't want to bug people, make sure you send out another at least 2 to 3 days after first contact. Give them the reward and then check in to see that they got it, that they downloaded it. A lot of times people are so ADD, they don't remember, and I'm going to show you an example. And then every 3 days after that, sequence it for the first 2 weeks at least. And what I mean by sequence it is put together a curriculum or report. Teach them why to be your customer, or teach them, even more importantly, why they should bother reading your email and reacting to it, which will increase your ROI. And finally, I recommend 10 to 15 emails over 45 days. Teach them why to value your business. So let me show you a case study of how we did it. Now, the site I'm sharing is silver-investor.com, who has silver information in a newsletter that he shares. So if you go to his site and you click on to join our free emailing list, I'm not that big a fan of his squeeze pages, but this is what he's doing. You click and you basically sign up. So what do we give you? Well, first off, right away, if you notice, the branding on top is the Special Investors Report. They sign up to get this 10 rules of silver investing. We give them videos, the big box, the big gift. But the most important thing on this first email is to make sure that you're branding it with what they came for. It's got to be consistent. And you notice on the very top, we have a blue link, and on the right-hand side, a click to subscribe and a click for his book. So it monetizes, but it also gives them the information. Now, on the second step, about 3 days after first contact, we begin the sequencing. We begin to give them and trickle out the 10 rules of silver investing. Now, the key here is that we certainly let them download it all up front, but then we trickle it out. You got to remember, it's about getting people to remember you. So make sure that when you do this, always have a blue link up top, always brand it with yourself, and you notice we made this echo the brand that's on David's site. And of course, notice on the right-hand side, we changed the order of the book and the subscription, so you don't make every email look the same. You change the subject lines. Anything that gets repetitive, their brain starts seeing as the same, and they'll stop looking. So it's very important to play just a little bit. It doesn't have to be radically different. Now, here we go, sending them rule number 3, and we're starting to get into it. And we describe it here, and then we click to videos. And again, we have the subscription and the book. Those are the 2 things we're trying to monetize to get an initial purchase. But what we found is that over a period, we end up sending the same thing. And after about 4 or 5 emails, the report, the 10 rules, they start seeing it, and they'll read it, and they'll read it actually for 3 to 6 months. You'd be amazed in email how they'll save this in their inbox. But the real key thing is, you don't want to just rely on that. We find that after about 4 or 5 emails, you get sort of a trickling down of interest. Now they remember you, but then they don't want to get all 10 maybe. So what we did was we put right in the middle of the sequence another free offer, which is an actual copy of his free newsletter. He gives it at halfway through, and we see a spike going up to regain interest. The free offer, just like you had to get them to sign up for something for free, you give them a free offer to be able to go through with it. So what this shows us is very simply a sequence that I use for subscribers and a free subscription here for silver-investor.com. But when somebody buys, it's a great thing to remind them where to go in the members area, how to get oriented, what they should do next. Orientation is so key, both in getting a free person and also in signing somebody up as a customer and making sure that they remember you. And you don't necessarily have to send that many emails, but I got to tell you, the more emails, the better it is if you do it right and you rely on the email sequence to teach them how to be a great customer and to prove your worth and use it to really share the love and share the information and share the power of your business. My name's Declan, and I'm done with this 5-minute drill.